On the last episode, I dealt with the aftermath of a rodent infestation, unexpectedly woke up in a snowy camp, and took to the healing waters in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico to cope. Still dealing with the saga of my missing shoe, I asked you where I should head to next. In this episode, let's find out.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of my road life. I didn't make my bed this morning, so just don't look at that, okay? I am in Santa Fe, New Mexico today, and I actually wasn't planning on coming here as part of my road trip. It's not that I never wanted to visit, it's just that it wasn't part of my itinerary right now. I was planning on staying further south. But if you've watched some of the recent episodes, you may be caught up on some of the mishaps I've had, including losing one of my hiking shoes. One of my trail runners disappeared out of my car and I couldn't find it. So I needed to visit a specific store where I like to buy all of my hiking shoes. So I had to go to REI, which was either going to be in Albuquerque or Santa Fe. Albuquerque was about an hour closer to the area I wanted to be in, but I kind of had an inkling that Santa Fe might be a better place to visit. So I actually threw up a poll on my community tab here on YouTube, and I let you all vote. And Santa Fe was the winner. So we're in Santa Fe today. Okay, I want to go grab coffee, so let's talk on the run here. I've got a small Mexican mocha, which just so happens to be scorching hot. So I'll wait for this to cool a little bit. Yeah, it's really hot. This is the Plaza de Santa Fe, and it reminds me so much of spending time in Ecuador. Every village and town I went to had a plaza. Well, not really the villages, but the towns and the cities had a plaza. There was usually a church at the plaza. There would be a church and a government building.
Welcome to the historic Santa Fe Plaza, New Mexico's cultural heart for over 400 years. Established in 1610 as a center of Spanish colonial rule, this iconic square has witnessed everything from trade routes to revolutions. Once a hub for Native American, Spanish, and Mexican cultures, the plaza remains a vibrant gathering place filled with adobe architecture, lively markets, and rich traditions. The Palace of the Governors in Santa Fe is the oldest continuously occupied public building in the United States. Built in 1610 by the Spanish as a seat of government for the New Mexico territory, it originally served as the administrative headquarters for Spain's colonial rule in the region.
I picked up a little necklace for myself. This turquoise is mined in Kingman, or it's from Kingman. And then the sterling silver circular bit represents the journey of life. So I thought that it was pretty appropriate.
New Mexico's green chili isn't just food, it's a way of life. Grown in the Hatch Valley, these fiery, flavorful chilies define the state's cuisine. Roasted to perfection, one question remains, red or green? Or, like me, if you want both, it's called Christmas.
So that was the second time in a couple of years that I've tried to go to that restaurant. I was able to squeeze in at the bar and have the Christmas enchiladas, which were so good. but really, really spicy. So fortunately, the dish comes with garlic bread. Odd combination, but much needed. I've now come several blocks away from the Plaza de Santa Fe to explore the nation's oldest church. It may come as a surprise to some of you that the oldest standing church in the United States is actually in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and not on the East Coast. And it was speculated to have been built in about 1610, so early 17th century. Interestingly, I actually have familial ties to this area during that era. I have ancestors that came from Mexico City to escape the Inquisition to Santa Fe to seek refuge. They did end up leaving in the 1680s to go to El Paso, Texas now, to seek further refuge.
These adobe walls have stood through centuries of change. Many early worshippers were Conversos, Spanish Jews who converted to Christianity to escape persecution. Their legacy is woven into Santa Fe's rich cultural tapestry.
All right, well, respectfully, you're not allowed to film inside the chapel, which is often the case. So I filmed the outside and I snuck a couple of little sneaky pictures inside just because I really wanted to get the etched Star of David on the star to send to family, just because it does have an ancestral ties to us. Well, hello. It's totally the next day. It's the afternoon of the next day. I dipped out of Santa Fe. I was feeling, one, tired, just fatigued, but also just sick of being in towns and cities. And I was frustrated with myself because I felt like I was really living incongruent with the lifestyle that I want to lead right now, which I'm okay with visiting towns and cities from time to time, but I had done many days of it consecutively just because of the way things were working out. I needed to take care of things with the car, needing to, I don't know, just like the mouse traps and the boot replacement. Sorry, I have a hair. Yeah, just all of that kind of compounded into feeling like way too much town time, city time, not enough hiking, not enough quiet time, and too much indulgent eating, to be quite frank. So I got out of there and I just started driving out back to the Gila wilderness, the Gila National Forest, I should say. And I am here now. It's about 2 o'clock and I'm going to go check out the Gila can I not speak? The Gila cliff dwellings, the best I can do. Gila cliff dwellings. What's wrong? Gila cliff dwellings. Is that Gila? Yeah, I think that's hard to say. Is that hard to say? Okay. Anyway, I've said it enough times. The Gila cliff dwellings. I'm gonna go check those out. I think they're really cool and you actually can like go inside them. So we're gonna go along and do that right now. And I'm also feeling really pumped because I just talked to them at the visitor center and talked to the volunteer ranger, and I am going backpacking tomorrow. There's a trip that I've had my eye on, I really want to do, and I just needed to ask about water levels and safety, and I got the all clear, go ahead, have a great time. So I'm really excited to start prepping for that this evening.
The landscape tells a fiery story. Over 30 million years ago, massive volcanic eruptions shaped this rugged terrain, forming towering cliffs, deep canyons, and ancient rock shelters. The Mogollon volcanic field left behind the very stone the Gila cliff dwellings were built into. Even today, the land remains alive, with steaming hot springs bubbling from the earth. Back in my happy place, and I'm grateful. New boots, and ready to put some dirt on them. It's so beautiful and peaceful here. And I did hear the ranger warning people you're not allowed to bring any food up to the cliff dwellings because they have a pack rat problem. I'm like, I can relate. Over 700 years ago, the Mogollon people built the Gila cliff dwellings, carving out a life in New Mexico's rugged mountains. They farmed corn, beans, and squash, hunted wild game, and gathered food from the land. Skilled artisans, they crafted intricate pottery featuring black and white designs and tools made from stone and bone. Their homes were once pit houses but evolved into adobe and stone dwellings, offering shelter and protection. They are deeply spiritual and likely held ceremonies in sacred spaces such as kivas, but by the 1300s they had mysteriously vanished, perhaps driven by drought or migration into larger Puebloan communities. Though they left, their legacy lives on in modern-day Native American tribes including the Zuni and the Hopi. These people knew how to live, that's for sure. This is incredible. I haven't even gone into the main structure yet. We're just looking at the views. I'm so excited. Whoa. Whoa. This is easily one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Whoa. Sorry, the image is a little bit blown out. I'm gonna step over that, I guess. Wave to your neighbor. Hi, neighbor. Wow. Some of these wood beams in the walls have been here for 7 centuries. What? Are you kidding me? Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Headed back to the car. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this journey through New Mexico so far. This is such an incredible place. Santa Fe was amazing. I just wasn't feeling it, and I'm really proud of myself for honoring that feeling of, you know what, prioritize what's important to you, get out of the city. Too many city days is no good for me in my travels, and although it's an incredible place, I just didn't want to be faking it for a YouTube video. It's really important that I'm genuine and authentic when I show up for you all, because it's a community and I really appreciate all of you showing up here for me. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye!